you're interested in a Batman Dark Knight or anything Batman, perhaps this costume might be for you. I picked this one up. This was by Charades. It's got everything. It's got the cape, bodysuit, the mask, the gloves, the belt, and boot covers. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see in this thing here. I guess it gets better in reflection. I'm shooting this off a mirror, so it's a little weird. Oh, then it's going to be backwards in the mirror. Whatever. Anyway, so I paid around $300 for this, but I bought it from a retail store like days before Halloween, so that's the price you pay. Anyway, they're $210, $20 on Amazon, something like that. Anyway, my waist is, or my pants are 33.5 typically. This is the size I got, was extra small, and then it has the sizing on there, 32 to 34. Fits like a glove. I had a pull cord to the back so I could pull up the zipper. Probably need help getting it on. If you're familiar with wetsuits, when you're pulling that string, you need a string on the back to pull the zipper up because it's so tight. And you'll probably want a friend or something, or to rig something, because it's a thin zipper, not the highest quality. It's not a wetsuit style one where you can give it a good tug and pull it up. This one, if you gave it a good tug, it would probably just tear the zipper apart. But overall, I like it. You know, the kind of armor kind of look. It's basically just a pleather with a kind of foam backing, and there's padding up here and on the abs and stuff like that. So it kind of gives you a little bit of definition or whatever from that aspect. It looks pretty good. I'm not a big Batman person, but I was looking for a decent costume for Halloween, and this is the one I chose. They didn't have really a big selection, but I'm glad this is a good one. And the Dark Knight is, I think, the better of the Batmans, in my opinion, just because it's not as kooky as the 60s Batman, baby blue tights and whatever. Anyway, so I only did one mod to this, I think. No, I did 2 mods. So you can see the mask is it's just a foam with the pleather on the top. It looks okay. It looks better when it's on, I think. Rather than when it comes out of the package. Yeah, so I also bought another mask that I'm going to test out that I got separately, and I think that one might be from Rubies, but this is Charades. Anyway, there's nothing special about the belt, nothing opens up, anything like that. The cape is really nice. It's double-sided, so it's lined with, well, it's lined with polyester. It's polyester on polyester, but at least it's not just a thin polyester with no lining. So it looks and feels professional. It's got the options at the bottom. Here's one of the add-ons that you'll see. So by default, it just comes and it's, you know, droopy as a cape would be expected. But what I did was I added dowel rods. I'd say, how big is that? Maybe 2.5 feet of dowel rod. So basically what I can do is get a full wing expansion. It's not doing it full justice in my current thing, but I might find a Halloween photo where I've got it almost fully expanded. Now, as far as the dowel rods, it's pretty moderate dowel rod. Let's see. So what I did was, you can see this is the end of the wing. And then what I did was I poked the holes on the inside. I think I had prematurely punched them in the wrong spot. But anyway, I've got one up here, which is where I ended up, I guess, putting it in. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so I just poked a hole and kind of shoved in this dowel rod. So this is what it looks like on the end, because I tried to pad it, because what I didn't want was, I didn't want it, well, coming back out, and I didn't want the end of the wood to gouge up the material. Same thing down at this end. I didn't want the material to go through. It actually looks like I have 2 dowel rods in here. That's what happened. It looks like the first one I put in was just not quite long enough. But whatever. Yeah. So poke a hole in the inside and then just run it down, and it's wide open. And that's it. Just try not to poke it out the end. Just to give you a better insight on this, it is just kind of all mesh in the back, so it breathes pretty decent. It is pretty toasty, ideal for winter. The other mod I did was this. So as I said, it comes with this pleather with a foam backing, and what they did was they sewed those together And then on each of these, it was basically like at the top, they'd all just kind of splayed open, and you could see the foam, and it just kind of looked unfinished and yeah, kind of unprofessional. So what I did was I just took some black high strength duct tape, and I put it on there and kind of cut around it. Not a perfect solution, but it's pretty decent, and it keeps them firm and upright, because the other ones were, not only did they splay open at the top, but they also kind of were just a little flimsy, a little bent here and there, and I think this gives it a nice sharp look. So here's just a close-up of the modified Gauntlets. You can see it's imperfect. I probably need to run a black marker along the edge there. I think there's a little white that comes through, but it's better than before where it was just, you know, filleted open. Yeah, you can see these are pretty firm. And I just went, I went all the way down the base to keep it consistent and ran the duct tape all the way down. And then I think I just used an X-Acto to cut it out. Anyway, that worked for me. Let me tell you about the boots. Let me show you what this looks like. So it's just as such, and you see it, it's very common on these costumes. This one's decent, although it does not cover my full foot, so it's not quite adult sized from my perspective, because it doesn't cover my foot. Of course, I wear size 10, 10 and a half-ish, or that's 43 in European size, and I think 8 in UK size. I'm not sure on UK size, but anyway, so this is what it looks like. Let me get back, make sure you can see it. Roughly, so it doesn't look bad, but if you've got black boots, what I did for my Halloween pictures was do this. I just kind of tuck this up in there, although a little more neatly, and it just looks a little better, because then you get the shine of your black boot, and it actually looks like it's a full boot rather than something that's just over top of a boot. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. I'm going to try a different hat in a second here, or a different mask. Is rubber. And we'll see how that goes. Oh, what the hell? I'll just show you the unmasking bit. So this is what the mask looks like. Oh, yeah, that's nice. You can actually hear. It dampens your hearing. So this is what it looks like outside of the context, and it's decent in the back. It's just a little Velcro, and it holds up, but it's, you know, it's not fully closed. Of course, neither is the other option. And here I am showing it kind of the wrong way of the camera, because I'm forgetting I'm going off a mirror. But anyway, yeah, so that's the back. And then on the inside, it's kind of the mesh stuff. So it's semi-breathable in that you don't have the pleather sitting on your face. Okay, so now I'm going to try on that other mask. We'll see how that works. It is Rubies. And it's all latex, I think. So it's very, you know, kind of clammy, and feels weird on the skin because there is no lining in this. So that's kind of the major downside factor of this. But it's, you know, it looks kind of crushed and ugly right out like that. But let's see. Let me cut this thing off. Okay. I did try this on once before, and I did realize there are, look at those nostrils. They are super tiny, and they did not line up with my nostrils. I guess if you have this baby nose like this, which some people are blessed with, I, however, am not. Anyway, I wasn't able to breathe, and I guess if I actually use this, I'd need to kind of cut those out more. But anyway, oh, and the visibility on the other mask is just fine. No issues with it. Let's see. This one is tight, hard to get on, but once it's on, it's on. Yeah, the first thing I notice is how hard it is to breathe. It looks a little sharper and a little more genuine. And the neck is definitely more than the other one. But anyway, visibility, perfect. No issues. It's only the It's only the breathability. So again, so this is the Rubies Dark Knight Batman mask, adult mask. If you need a rear shot, oh wow, this thing's really sneaking in. Just to know, it actually looks pretty good from behind too. There's no gap or anything like that. The cape is all one professional piece. I'm thinking the Darth Vader deluxe costume actually has a big gap down the back where you pinch it together in the back for the cape. So it doesn't look as good from the back. But anyway, so the gloves are decent coming out of the package. They look a little shiny, and yeah, here they look like they might be from a specific adult store. But anyway, when you put them on, they actually feel all right. They are very warm, so it's perfect for a cold Halloween. Yeah, the knuckle things don't really align, but whatever. They look all right, and they match. They match the sleeves with this consistency. It would be nice if the sleeves were a little tighter at the ends to give that greater consistency. But you know, whatever. I could do that myself, but yeah, it's not a big deal. But yeah, I like them. I've got to sound like nasally with this blocking my nose. All right. Whew, I can hear again. Yeah, that one definitely influences your hearing quite a pinch more. It does come in one of these kind of laundry bags. I say laundry, but you know, something you pick up from a dry cleaner. So it's nice in that it's got the hanger, and you can fit all of this on here, and it's covered, so it's not going to get a bunch of dirt and lint on it and whatnot. It is kind of poor quality, and it tears apart almost the first time you open it, but nothing a little tape doesn't fix. But yep, cool. And if you want to just see what this looks like without the cape, this is my little makeshift pull handle. I just put it on, not quite sized right, but it worked. It allowed me to get it on, and right now it's going to allow me to take it off. So, all the better. Otherwise, you'd have to have a friend help you out. Cool. Anyway, hope that helped you out. If you did, leave a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe. Take care. I'm out.